The working men and women of New York City will not give up their seat at the table. We refuse to give up our seat at the table, because when we don't have a seat at the table, we're on the damn menu, and we're not going on the menu. We're not going on the menu. So those that choose or want to parachute in after the men and women of this city, the working men and women of the city have built our neighborhoods, we're going to send them back home packing wherever they came from. So to the men and women of New York City, the hard-working women and men of New York City, we thank you for what you do every single day. Nosotros le damos la gracia a los trabajadores y lo que hacen todos los días a favor de nuestra familia. You hold up our families. You take up to work and you make sure they get to work on time. Where's TWU? You take care of the sick and the frail and the elderly. Where is 1199 SEIU? You make sure that our buildings are safe. You make sure that our buildings are clean. You make sure that our neighborhoods are clean. Where is 32 BJ? Amalgamated Transit Union. That's correct. You make sure we also get to work on time. The Civil Service Employers Associations at CSEA. Great to be here with you. We love you, and we're going to continue to work with you. The building and construction trade. You are building affordable housing for our working families. This is a coalition. And you know, out there, they have a misconception. I would say they have a lie. Anything south of 96th Street is a coalition. North of 96th Street, they call it a machine. We are a coalition of conscience. We are a coalition reminiscent of the David Dinkins coalition. A black and brown labor coalition that's going to move this city forward. And this coalition will move forward, and there will be political repercussions into the future of New York City. The last time a coalition of this nature was built was to elect David Dinkins, right here from Harlem. And today we're here to say we're not going to be pushed back in time. We're not going back decades. We're not going to make sure that we have our seat at the table. We're going to make sure our families have the ability to move forward. We're going to make sure our kids learn and go to school to do better than their parents did. We're going to make sure our seniors are taken care of. But most importantly, we're going to make sure that the women and the men of working New Yorkers are going to make a decent salary with benefits and a pension for them they deserve. We're going to move forward together. Where is CSA? School supervisors and administrators, welcome today. DC 37, where are you? The hotel trades, that's right. The women and the men that work in our hotels. Those are the ones that make sure that the tourist industry has the infrastructure that we need to have, so they provide funding for our tax base. We support the hotel trades. In addition, La Una, they stuck with me. La Una, when it was hot and heavy and very few people stood next to me, La Una was in the trenches with me. Welcome, La Una. Where is the nurses? The nurses just went through a tough strike. I was happy to join the rank and file of the nurses union to ensure that they got a better contract. They stand there next to our patients, to our grandfathers and our grandmothers, as they are in bed in the hospital. They stand there and they spend more time with our grandparents than the doctors themselves.
That's right. God bless.
They're there when they have a fever. They're there when they're trembling. They're there when they're in a ventilator. They're there when they're in the ICU. They're there when the families cannot be there because their family had to be working. The nurses got a better contract. Congratulations, nurses. The AFL-CIO, thank you for being a leader of all these unions. You have been a historic leader. You're with us today too. RWDSU. Thank you, RWDSU. Stuart Applebaum, thank you so much for being a friend. And of course, nothing could happen unless our children are taken care of and are given the education so that they could be successful in the future. In many ways, this fight is not about the past. It's about our future. Esta lucha no es sobre el pasado, es sobre el futuro. Y el futuro lo representa nuestro niño, and the future is defined by our children. So I'm happy to have the most important union in our school system, the United Federation of Teachers, is here now. And so today I would like to announce, yo quiero anunciar hoy, el endorso de varias uniones más. Today I would like to announce the support of additional unions. So we're going to have with us today, supporting us and joining this campaign, ATU Local 1056. Give them a round of applause. Of course, the Building Construction Trade Council of Greater New York, CSEA, Local 1000. Yes, give them a round of applause. Communications Workers of America, CWA. La Una, New York, give them a round of applause. And where are the carpenters? Where are the carpenters? RWDSU. And Teamsters, Local 237. Man, I tell you the truth, this team is better than the New York Knicks. And that's hard to put together. Go Knicks. Let me just say this. Back in the day when crack gripped our city and held it down, almost choked it to death, you were there with us. And we were there together to push it back. Now we have a fentanyl crisis, and we're going to push that back as well. When we were busing over 5,000 kids to other boroughs because there weren't enough schools, you were there with us so that we built uptown 17 new schools so our kids could go locally to the school system. We thank you for that. When the pandemic hit us, the biggest crisis in our lifetime, the pandemic was slaughtering us. Remember those days where it was silence outside? The only thing we could hear was the ambulances and the police cars and fire trucks. You were there with us. There was an absence of presence of some of the ones that now want to come up and say they want to lead this city and our neighborhoods. They weren't there with us. You were there with us. And we put our lives on the line. We went out to make sure that you had the mask, that you got vaccinated, that hungry families got food on their table, that essential workers got to work on time, that the nurses and the hospital workers who put their lives on the line were protected. You were all there with us. History cannot be changed. It is written in impenetrable ink that will not fade away. You were all there with us, and you're here today. So I thank you for your support. And we're going to win this race. We're going to win it. This race will define. Esta contienda va a definir that the city belongs to the working women and the working men of New York City. Not people that fly in from other states or from other parts of the world to try to impose their failed ideology. We're here to protect the many working men and women of this town, and we will fight to the bitter end. With that, I want to introduce a leader, an important leader in the labor movement. Quiero presentar a un líder importante del movimiento laboral, Mario Cilento, president of the AFL-CIO.
Thank you, Congressman.
Union power! 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 Union power!
All right. That's enough of that. I am proud to be here on behalf of the 2.5 million union members in this state, and on behalf of particularly the 107,000 union members and their families who live in this district. I'm proud to say that Adriano Espaillat is a friend to the labor movement, and he's a champion for the cause of all working men and women in this state and in this country. And I'll say this, you know, we hear a lot of words, a lot of promises in politics. But what sets some elected officials apart from others are those who follow up those words with deeds and with actions. And every single time, time after time after time, for all the time that Adriano has been in office, he has followed his words with deeds and with actions. He was there. He has a 100% labor voting record. 100%. That includes the Infrastructure Act to create jobs. It includes the Inflation Reduction Act to lower your medical costs and manufacturing jobs. It means voting for the PRO Act all the time to ensure organizing rights. Because Adriano knows this, I know he knows this, that everyone has a right to speak up for themselves, for wages, benefits, conditions of employment on the job. And that's what the PRO Act is about, and that's why he has been there every step of the way. He has been there on picket lines. He doesn't just say it, he doesn't just send out a press release. He's there because he cares, so that's what's inside of him. So we say this, Mr. Congressman, you have been there for working people, and now you can see here today, we are here. This is our chance, our opportunity to be here for you. We're going to continue. We're going to knock on doors, we're going to make phone calls, we're sending out mailings, all the things that we do. Why? Because it is more important now than ever before to have Adriano Espaillat in Congress, because the labor movement is under attack in this country like never before in the history of this country. Working people are under attack in this country like never before in the history of this country. So I say this, Congressman, we are proud to call you our friend. We are proud to call you our champion. And we are proud come election day to continue to call you our congressman fighting for working people.
Thank you, Mario. We win. When we fight, 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 we win.
When we fight,
we win. Thank you. And now, as I said earlier, they were with me in the trenches during good times and during bad times. First, I want to acknowledge Carlos Bernabel, who is the secretary, the treasurer of TWU Local 100. But we have with us today, we have with us today, the fellow of TWU. How's that? We're here with John Chiarello. I got the big one. Oh, this guy. How is that? All right. Power! Union! Power! Union! Power! Union! Power! Union! Power! Union! Power! Union! Power! TWU Local 100.
So, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. At risk of butchering your name yet again, Senator Espaillat. Close enough. Congressman Espaillat, I want to say something to you on behalf of Local 100. 40,000 members strong, and we move New York. You have our support today, tomorrow, and forever, because let me tell you something about him. He has 100% voting record with Labor. You don't find that anywhere. So when a Johnny-come-lately wants to come and say, I want to take over, there's something to be said about loyalty. Loyalty means something. It's a word that people don't use in politics anymore. But I'm loyal to my family, I'm loyal to my wife, and I'm loyal to my politics, because you know what? It has to mean something. So if somebody gives you their word and says that they're with you, they should never change that. Never. I have to say, on behalf of the union and John Samuelson, my international president, we have a contract coming. So when I turn around and I look for support, I know he's going to be in my corner, because he's been there from the beginning. We had elevators in Washington Heights. He supported that. Our booths were closing, station booths. He supported that. Tier 6, remember Tier 6? Everybody fought for it. He was right there with that. You can't forget these things when the polls come and it's time to vote. Everybody looks for change. But do you need change? No, because we have somebody who supports us. So again, I want to say thank you to him for all the support. We're here today because we support him, and everybody here, make sure you get out and vote, because times are changing and not for the better. Let's stay with when we fight. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you so much. 2,000 family-based daycare providers wanted to be part of a union. I joined then President Randy Weingarten to make sure they became members of the United Federation of Teachers. 32,000 of them. When security personnel in the buildings needed training after attacks on New York City, we got $40 million in the state legislature for 32 BJ to train their security officers. Okay? When we wanted to lift the minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 an hour, we were there with labor. When the nurses were picketing just a few months ago, we went out in the cold and in the snow and stood next to them to ensure they got a better contract. And yes, we're standing now next to TWU as they seek better benefits and better salaries for their workers.
We appreciate you.
And we will continue to be next to the men and women of labor. They make up this city, and they will make sure our city continues to move forward. Let me introduce somebody that called me a couple of days ago. He says, I couldn't hold back. I had to get in this fight. Because, you know, we've been in many fights. We've been in many fights. We were in the Thriller in Manila. We were in the Rumble in the Jungle. We were in the fight of the century. And now we are here to redefine this city. I give you Greg Floyd.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Union power.
We spoke yesterday, and I said, is there something? We spoke yesterday, and I asked if there's something we could do for you, and he said he's having a rally. I said, Local 237 supports you, and I will be there. I'm proud to stand here with everyone to support Congressman Adriano Espaillat for re-election. He is someone we want to send back to Washington, D.C. He has our backs, and I can't think of a better person for this district at this time, at this moment, to send back to Washington, D.C. So we proudly endorse his candidacy. Thank you.
Yes, we can.
I saw him coming up. I thought it was Jalen Brunson. Go next. A little shorter. All right, now let's, 1199. 1199 got a special place in my heart. 1199, I remember when they helped elect David Dinkins. Wow. When Dennis Rivera was there to help elect David Dinkins. And it was that coalition. That's black and brown, labor, progressive coalition that got that historic victory for the first black mayor in New York City to be elected. Right. And they continue to support the women and the men that work in our hospitals, that work in many places across the city. They probably got the biggest membership of any union in our district, in District 13. So this guy, he pulls no punches. He's there for his members, and he's there for our community. Let's welcome Dale Smithman. All right, when I say 1-1, you say not now. When I say 1-1, you say. All right. You see this windy day today? It is indicative of labor's win behind Adriano Espaillat's win. You know, in labor, there's a difference between advocacy and delivering. Because our members need us to deliver. And I want to remind people of the history in 1199 with who we call Adriano. That's our friend. We know he's the Congress member, but that's Adriano to us. And we go back to when he was in the Assembly, when he was in the State Senate, delivering for us, showing up for us. And we were there to help get him in Congress, and we're going to be there to keep him in Congress. Healthcare workers are under attack like all workers are. And we need a champion that has a track record. And being here on behalf of President Armstrong, with the 400,000 healthcare workers of 1199, we got your back, Adriano. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Si se puede. All right. Okay, and we have with us today, as I said earlier, these folks keep our buildings clean. They make sure our lobbies are safe. They move forward as a union that protects safety and communities.
We got something. We got more.
All right. Yes. And so we have with us today the Vice President for 32 BJSCAU. He's Guayabera, baby. So everybody is labor in the house. There's labor for Adriano's in the house. So again, my name is Israel Melendez. I'm a vice president here at 32 BJ. 190,000 members. Many of those members, security officers, airport workers, commercial cleaners, school cleaners, residential workers. They live in this district. I don't want to keep repeating what everybody said. You've been a friend to labor, my brother. You've been a champion. We got to continue to have him fight for us, fight for labor, fight for all working people, not just the union people, but everybody. But I'm happy to see labor here. Are we going to be defeated? No! Is Adriano going to win? Yes! Is Adriano going to win? Yes! 32! BJ! Yeah, that was impressive. I like that.
We the Junior, Espaillat que vamos. We the Junior, we the Junior, Espaillat que vamos. We the Junior, Espaillat que vamos.
Well, these members, right, they're from our community. I see them shopping in the local bodega. I see them going to the local doctor. I see them taking their kids to school. They're from our communities. When they walk around campaigning for this candidacy, they know where they have to go. They're not like the other side. I see them wandering around because they come from Park Slope and Williamsburg, and they don't know our neighborhoods. These members know our neighborhoods. They know Harlem. They know East Harlem, Northern Manhattan, and the Bronx. And so with that, let me introduce to you a Mexican brother. Someone, you know, the Mexican community is a big community. They're in the Bronx part of the district. They're in East Harlem. They contribute every day to our city and the neighborhood. And this brother has been one of their leaders, quietly, almost anonymously, leading and pushing for their agenda. And here is a member of RWDSU. Bring in Manuel Guerrero.
Represent our body over there. I'm proud to be here in San Juan to endorse Adriano Espaillat. This is no new for Adriano. He's a fighter, and we're gonna win. Come on. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support during the pandemic. As you know, we represent.
Give him the big gun. Yeah, I've got the big gun.
Retail workers and supermarket workers. And during the pandemic, Adriano was essential. Also the workers to support supermarket workers, to bring the integrity. Remember that? Nobody's going to forget Adriano. And we are here to win. Thank you for your support.
And now let's introduce somebody that's relentless. When you look up the word relentless, not in the dictionary, when you Google it, her face shows up. She's someone that has steadily become a strong voice for working women and working men of this city. She is a city councilwoman, but now she is the leader, the voice, the speaker of the New York City Council, Councilwoman Julie Menon.
Thank you so much. So listen, it might be cold out, but we are bringing the heat. We are here to win this. We are going to win this race because this race comes down to this community. Adriano Espaillat has stood for this community for decades. I first worked with him in the state senate. He has time and time again stood up for working people. That is labor in the house. This is why you see this incredible coalition of labor and elected officials all here to support Congressmember Adriano Espaillat. Now let me just say, Congressmember Espaillat ensured that this neighborhood finished #1 on the census. #1. He walked every block, he door knocked, he made sure that this community that he represents is receiving millions of dollars from the federal government. That's the leadership we need. Dell, it's about the track record. So let me just say, and I want to quickly shout out the council members who are here. Our majority leader, Sean Abreu. Council member Carmen De La Rosa. Our deputy whip, Elsie Encarnacion. Council member Ocelot Feliz. And all the elected officials, we are here to win this race. Thank you.
All right, Julie. And the next speaker is someone that's from this neighborhood, from the village of Harlem. And you know, the 13th Congressional District is an iconic district. That's right. It is the district that saw the emergence of the late, great Adam Clayton Powell Jr., who always said to everybody, keep the faith, baby. But it is this district that also saw the rise and the voice of the great lion on Lenox Avenue, Charles B. Rangel. It is the district that has Harlem, the capital of the African diaspora in the world. It is the district that has East Harlem, El Barrio, the launching pad of the Latino experience in the Northeast with the Puerto Rican community coming in the 20s and 30s. It is the district that has Washington Heights, Inwood, that's right, Plátano power, yes, that's right, Plátano power. And of course, it has with it the boogie down Northwest Bronx, a working class community that fights every day to make sure the city continues to move forward. It is a historic district that has Senegalese on 116th Street, that has Mexicans in East Harlem, that has the Puerto Rican cradle of Hispanic community in East Harlem, that has the black community in Harlem, that has West Africans in the Bronx, that have Vietnamese on Fordham Road, that has Albanians up in the Northwest Bronx, that has still sprinkles of Irish families in Inwood, that have Russian Jews and German Jews in Washington Heights, that has Dominicans in Washington Heights. That is the district that we represent. The assembly member replaced a legendary leader who gave a young boy who used to play stickball right in front of the garage where he used to park cars. As we got out of the way when he backed them in. But he was someone that gave this young man the opportunity to go to Albany and represent all of us and learn about government and learn how to provide services for people. His name was Danny Farrell. But today this district is represented by Assemblyman and Reverend Al Taylor. Wow. Is labor in the house? Folks, I'm not going to keep you long, but if you show up in church tomorrow, I might. I want to encourage us and remind us why we are here. Look to your left and look to your right. We are New York City. We are the melting pot. We are America. We are on the menu of this current president. And unfortunately, there are some people that don't understand that they too are on the menu and they play the divide game. Yeah. We are here and we are united to win. We didn't come out here for a show. How many people came to win? Woo! Now I'm going to take you to church. There's a text, and the text says this: faith without works is dead. Come on. Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. We need you to show up like never before, because someone's endorsement does not make it so. It's the people that we represent, it's the people that you represent, it's the people that you serve that will determine that our congressman is going back to Washington. Yes, we can! Yes, we win! When we fight, we win! What are you gonna do? Win! Fight back! Okay, hold on, we don't finish with this. Y'all get a little nervous. I know we've been here for a minute.
Right. I don't know where I'm going.
All right. Do me a favor, seriously. I want to thank labor that's here, and I
I have a race too. I just forgot about that. No, but it's okay because I have a lot of y'all support. But more than anything else, we must. It is imperative that we defy what this new mayor has said and prove him wrong. We must. It is a guarantee he will be going back to Washington, D.C. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win.
Thank you, Reverend. Again, you know, Park Slope won't determine this race. Williamsburg will not determine this race. Astoria won't determine this race. We will. Harlem will determine this race. We will. Harlem will determine this race. We will. Hamilton Heights will determine this race. We will. Washington Heights and Inwood will determine this race. We will. People of the Bronx will determine this race. We will. I leave you with that, Assemblyman Eddie Gibbs.
Yes. First things first, I asked the Congress member, why do I have to go behind Al Teller? It's hard to match Al's energy. Is Labor in the house? Yeah! Is Labor in the house? Yeah! Is my 1199 family in the house? Yeah! Is my 32 BJ family in the house? Where's my license? Where's my competence? You know, when Roger Green came up here, he had on this Knick apparel. And I was just thinking, I was like, well, here we are. The Knicks made it to the championship round. We are headed to the championship. And it's a part of the game where the coach will not bring in rookies. It's not that time of the season to bring in rookies. We need veteran players. We need veteran players in this political field. It's no time to experience. It's no time to bring ideas from another part of the city to this district. We have a proven fighter in Adriano. If you're with the congressman, let me hear you say, Espaillat! 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 Let's fight, y'all.
I want to be 7'3" so I could be Cat, but you know. All right, and with that, let's bring from the Bronx, Assemblyman George Alvarez.
Are we ready to win? Yeah. Are we ready to win? Yeah. Listen, I like story. I like history, right? There is no way in centuries that one man can build an empire. That one man can build a kingdom. Coalitions do. Allies do. And with people like you, we gotta make sure that Adriano Espaillat is coming back to Washington on June 23rd. Now, the fight is not over. We need to keep going to knock on doors. We need to go to the train station. We need to do churches. And I will tell you this, whoever messes with Dominican people are messing with all of us. Y lo vamos a derrotar en junio 23. Lo vamos a derrotar. Thank you.
Eso. Y ahora, del Alto Manhattan, el asambleísta Manny de los Santos. This is what happened when we fight together.
Come on, Manny.
This is what happened when unions organize.
Come on.
Because we know that when we involve unions, we all win.
Yeah.
Today, it has been clear that our communities, not just Upper Manhattan, but East Harlem, the North Bronx, Central Harlem, is under attack. And we are tested, and we have been tested. And guess what? We are fighting back. Our leadership has been tested and has been attacked. Our community work has been tested and has been attacked. Working class people are being tested and are being attacked. Unions
are being tested and are being attacked. Our resources are being tested and are under attack. And we are all under attack. This is not just about Dominicans. This is not about Puerto Rican, African American, Asian, Caucasian. This is about all of us together. Because when we fight together, the main reason why we are 100% sure that our Congressman, Adriano Espaillat, is going back to Washington to continue to do the work that he has done for all of us. But let me be clear. We have work to do. We have work to do. And we are going to win this race by doing what we're doing today. By holding hands and sat together, that we are united with unions and that we are stronger when we fight together. Let's send him back to Washington because he deserves to be in Washington to represent us for more years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Manny. And now we're going to hear from the council members that are here today. And first, let me say to you that just a couple of days ago, I went to Delaney Hall, a detention center in New Jersey. As I have done years before when I went to Irwin, Georgia, and we shut down a privately owned detention center there. We intend, and I intend to continue to go back time and time again to Delaney Hall until we shut down that inhumane, undemocratic, cruel detention center for immigrants. We will go back until we shut it down. We will make sure that people are not held to the abuses that are being perpetrated there. We must do this together. When we do this, we will save the soul of our nation. So now allow me to introduce to you my local councilwoman, Carmen de la Rosa.
Thank you, Congressman. So, I've been thinking about how to address us today. And, you know, I want to say that I'm a proud progressive. Progressive in deeds, progressive in action, progressive in showing up for my community. I was just the co-vice chair of the Progressive Caucus in the council. I'm the proud lead sponsor of the DREAM Act in the Assembly. I'm the proud sponsor of a First in the Nation Fund for excluded workers in the state of New York. I'm the proud former labor chair in the city council. And so, when I say that I'm progressive, I say that proudly and unashamed. Because for me, being progressive means that your heart, that your soul, and that the sweat on your forehead is informed by the pain of the people on the ground. And in our communities, the pain of the people on the ground looks like an opioid epidemic that is ripping families apart. It looks like a fascist government that is taking immigrants into concentration camps. It looks like a family who is in the eviction rolls, living in an overcrowded homeless shelter in New York City because they have nowhere where they can afford to live. It means a worker, a construction worker, a transit worker, a nurse that has to live in their car because they can't afford this great city. And those are the struggles, and I put my record out there for anyone who wants to Google it. Those are the struggles that were instilled in me by my parents, who came to this country as immigrants, and who, when I was 8 years old, walked me down the street and showed me a poster of Adriano Espaillat and of Guillermo Linares in the 90s, when our community was begging for representation. So in a moment where Donald Trump has sent his goons out to oppress our communities, in a moment where ICE is picking up our families, in a moment where the Voting Rights Act is under attack, in a moment where labor rights are being ripped away from our families, the person that I trust to lead us in Congress is the person that has always stood by me. Adriano Espaillat, our congressman. So don't ask me about who I'm loyal to, because who I'm loyal to is the people on the ground who are suffering every day. And if you want to represent our community, you have to get down and dirty with those people every single day.
You gotta do the work.
So, my loyalty here, my support for our congressman is because at a time when we're fighting back a fascist government, I'm not gonna play with the lives of the people that I love most, the people of my community. So I wholeheartedly support the congressman, and I will continue to do so. En español brevemente, nuestra historia está plasmada en una lucha por representación, en una lucha que está cerca de las personas que más necesitan, en un momento donde las drogas están destruyendo nuestra comunidad, en un momento donde los desamparados están en la calle de nuestras comunidades. Nuestro deber es tener representantes que estén presentes. Y desde el 1991, la cara que nosotros siempre vemos, que se para al lado de nosotros en todas las luchas, tiene nombre y apellido. Adriano Espaillat.
Gracias. You know, we know the opposition is here. They send their interlopers here to video us. So here we go. Yeah, right behind you. Here we are. We won't be discouraged. We won't be deterred. We won't dismay. We're not going back. We're going forward. We're going to push to go forward because the future of this city belongs to folks that look like us. A black and brown coalition supported by labor and progressives, that's right. A David Dinkins coalition with a heart. A coalition that has the ability to move this city together. That's right, that's right. We're not gonna be bullied. We won't be intimidated. We are people that have backbones. We get up early in the morning to take the train and go to work. We clean up the bedpans of the sick in the hospital. We transport our men, women, and children to school and work on a daily basis. That's right, we clean up the buildings across the city of New York. We are New York City. And we're gonna win this fight. Yeah. And we're gonna win. With that, I introduce you, Council Member Oswald Felix from the Bronx.
Hello, Washington Heights, Harlem, and the Bronx. It's Washington Heights in the house. What about Harlem? What about the BX Bronx? What about labor? I'm proud and honored to join all of you and support our tested leader, Congressman Adriano Espaillat, for a million reasons. One of them, Congressman Espaillat has always been here for this community. He is not someone who just popped up out of nowhere when it was time to run for office. He has always been here for this community. Doing the work. During the good times, but also when times have been challenging. And that means a lot for this community because this is a community that is vulnerable. A community that has been through a lot. We need a tested leader in Washington, D.C. And that is exactly what Congressman Espaillat has shown year after year, delivering for Washington Heights, Harlem, and the Bronx. For example, the Kingsbridge Armory in the Bronx, a building that has been neglected, vacant for decades. He brought over $200 million to help fix it so that we could revitalize that area.
Adriano has always had the back of this community. And just like you've had our backs, we're going to have your back on June 23rd. And we are going to show this entire city that elections are not decided by endorsements. Elections are decided by the people. And in this case, the people of Harlem and the people of the Bronx. And we can win big, but we need everybody to come out and vote. But even more than that, these next 3 weeks, we need everyone who is listening to knock on doors, join your neighbors in train stations, and make sure that people know everything that is at stake. Briefly in Español, I'll some time, I'm during the beat, will be here in 30 seconds. Brevemente en español, es un honor y privilegio estar con todos ustedes apoyando a nuestro congresista Adriano Espaillat. Adriano es alguien, o no es alguien, que apareció de quién sabe de dónde cuando era tiempo de correr para esta posición. Adriano es alguien que siempre ha estado para esta comunidad durante tiempos que son divertidos, pero también durante tiempos que son difíciles. Y eso significa mucho para esta comunidad, porque esta es una comunidad que ha pasado por mucho en temas de crimen, en temas de vivienda, en temas de pobreza. Es extremadamente importante que nosotros salgamos a votar en masa este junio 23, pero también es importante que salgamos a tocar puertas, a hacer trenes y asegurar que los votantes de este distrito sepan la importancia de este junio 23. Muchísimas gracias. Y de nuevo, ¡epa, ya quedamos! ¡Epa, ya quedamos!
Ahora vamos a trabajar. Are we ready to work?
Yeah.
Are we ready to work?
Yeah.
Are we ready to work?
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here.